mean? Who remembers from yesterday? That they're equal. So our expenses equals our income. Both of you take a point. Good job. So what? Hang on. Eric's phone is flashing at me, and I've got to cover it up where I'm going to. All right. Are we ready?
Yes.
So since we're trying to break even, that means that we set these equal to each other. Did everybody do that? If you didn't, do it now. Okay, so from there, we subtract 4x from both sides.
Yep.
And we get 315 equals 21x. Now, remember, we are trying to figure out how many offices we clean to... What?
Do you have an eraser?
I need you to not interrupt when I'm doing this, but go look in that thing right here. Alright, so we're trying to figure out how many offices we clean for our expenses to match our income. So what would I do from this point? Divide by what?
21.
Divide by 21.
And then x equals 15.
And then x equals 15. So we need to clean 15 offices. It's in that toolbox. It says erasers on it. You're going to have to look for it. I need you to not lean back like that. No, no, no. You're fine. I know they're not. Power to the people. You can do it. So many things I could say. All right. Any questions on that? Did anybody get it right last night? Hey, give your team a point. You got it partially right, so what happened? Whoever's phone that is over there flashing needs to make it not flash. Put it away or it's mine. What did you do that was partially correct?
I couldn't see the bar for me to plot everything on, and then I got help from it.
Okay, so to understand where we get to this point?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you see how we got 315 plus 4x? Because that's what we spent to clean, right? And then this is what we make, and we're trying to break even, so we put it together. But we're going to do more, so don't worry. But you're okay now, at least, right? At least a little more okay than you were? Okay. All right, so what I want us to do now is we're going to go back and do this problem. I need to lay my notebook flat and it not fall off. Let's see if I can do this. Alright, so this problem is a little bit different because we're mixing solutions together. So before we had a break-even problem where we set them equal, we had an expense problem where we have our money, and then we had a teacher in our test problem. So now we're mixing solutions together. Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay. Let's start with, I'm going to underline my parts. What do we start with in this problem?
50%.
A 50% acid, right? Okay. So our chemist has one solution that is a 50% acid. So we're going to let X be our 50% acid. Wait, what is the next part that it says? So she has another solution that is 25% acid, right? Okay. So that's our next variable. Is everybody with me?
Yes.
Yes.
Will we make those the same, like, semi?
Just wait. Just wait. We're only to this first part. Okay, then it asks us, how many liters of each type should she combine to get 10 liters of a 40% solution? So what mathematical operation is combining? Adding. Yeah, addition. Take a point, Mackenzie. So we're adding. Now, these are the liters, correct? This is the leader of our 50%. This is the leader amount of our 25%. So what are we going to do with the X and Y to get 10? We're going to add them together. Take a point. Does everybody see how I got that? Yes, no, maybe so.
Yes.
Does anybody not see? Yeah. So do you see how we got to this point? All the stuff that we underlined, and you're with me to there, correct? Okay. So then we are combining, because she's putting them together, to get 10 liters of a 40% solution. So we said that X is the liters of our 50%, and Y is the liters of our 25%. We're putting those together in a new jar to get 10 liters. So if you're mixing them together, that means you're adding those two parts together to get 10. Because that's the total of what we're trying to get to. Alexis, are you with me on that one? Are you sure? Are you lying to me? You can be confused. Do you need me to explain it one more time? Were you listening when I explained it to Mackenzie? Okay. So we have this many liters of our 50%, correct? And we have this many liters of our 25%, correct? And we're trying to mix them together in a new jar to get how many total liters? To get how many total liters? 10. So if we're mixing those together, that means that we're adding them to get 10. Now, it has a specific percent that we're trying to get for our next one, right? So what's our new percentage that we're trying to get to? 40. And that's 40% of how many liters? Of what total liters? 10. Yes. Okay? Now, what do you think we're going to do with our 50% and our X and our 25% and our Y? We're going to put them together and then add it. So how much of our X solution do we have? We have 50%, so that's 0.5X plus how many of our 25%? I mean of our Y. Thank you. It's like you knew what I was trying to ask. I need to make that darker. 0.25Y. Now, we could do this multiple ways. We could eliminate. We could substitute. I don't want to graph. What y'all want to do? Who wants to substitute? Paris, you are the only one, so we are eliminating. I'm sorry. Now, do we want to eliminate X or Y? Okay? So if we eliminate X, what do we need to multiply it by so that these two, let me get my words out, y'all. These two match. Now answer me. Okay. So everybody multiply the top by 0.50. Does everybody see why it's 0.50? Yes. Can you wait just a minute? All right. So we're going to distribute that. What is 0.50 times X? Someone besides Paris could participate. What is 0.50 times Y?
0.50Y.
Look at us go, tater tots. And what's 0.50 times 10? No, y'all, we're multiplying. 5. Who said that? Colby, take a point. Put y'all's hands down. Now, what are we going to do with this bottom equation?
We're going to bring it down. We're going to fund it up first.
And what's 0.4 times 10? Y'all have calculators. Multiply. What is 0.4 times 10? 4. All right, now, are you going to add or subtract?
You're going to subtract.
Do it without me. Go.
Sorry.
Jacoby, you may go now. You have to take the G up here. It's in the floor. You have to take the big G. Why are y'all staring at me? All of you, stop staring at me, you bunch of weirdos. Subtract. Let's go. No.
Because we just can.
What?
Subtract, subtract, subtract.
I got 4.
I didn't say anything.
Okay, now plug it back in and get Y. Look at you go. Did you get 4 because I yelled 4? Or do you have a calculator?
I don't have a calculator.
Oh, okay. Yes. I can't tell you. I do. I don't. Do you know that because there's 4 quarters and a dollar?
You have a calculator.
So you could do 10 minus 4? Mackenzie, did you get 4, babe?
I was still, well, I got, everybody was saying 4, so I was still having to divide.
So subtract right here, and that's 0.25y equals 1, and then divide by 1. I mean, divide by 0.25. 0.25. So if you plug in 4 right here, something is off in that. The top one. The x plus y equals 10. Woo! Mary's bag's trying to kill me. What are you doing? Alright, so if y equals 4, what does x have to be?
6.
If y is 4, what does x have to be?
6.
It has to be 6 because we have to get 10 as our total. So the answer is 6, 4. Do you see how we got that, babe? Okay. All right, so we're going to set up this next one, and then you're going to do it without me. So, y'all should stop talking. All right, so let's look at this bottom one. We have one antifreeze solution that is 10% alcohol. And then we have another antifreeze solution that is 18%. And we need to get to 20 liters that is 15%. Look at me go. Alright, so we're going to start with X.
X is going to be alpha. 10% alpha. Then Y.
Alright, so everybody just underline like we did here. Make sure that you're with me. Is everybody with me?
C. Yes, ma'am.
Okay? So, we are starting with one solution that is 10%. So these are the liters of 10%. Alright, what's our next percentage besides Paris?
8%.
What, Jorge? Did you say 15?
No.
That's the N.
No.
See.
No.
Hey. Hello.
You just let them out.
Alright, so now, how many liters are we trying to get total?
20.
Okay, so what are we going to add together to get 20?
10, 18.
No, what are we going to add together to get 20?
We're going to
X and Y.
X and Y. No, that's the percentage. They're two, okay.
You have some white out I can run.
It's back there in the toolbox. You've got to stop interrupting me with these things and just go get it yourself. You're a big girl.
I didn't know.
Come on, big girl.
All right. Now, how many percentage of the X value are we using?
10. 0.2.
All right. How many percentage of the Y value?
0.18.
And how many percentage of the 20 liters?
15.
0.15 times 20. Work it out without me.
I need a calculator. No, I don't. I do somebody got to do it.
Plus 0.1 equal whatever this is, whatever that is. I don't know what that is off the top of my head. And then you put the two equations on top of each other to subtract.
The sound of silence. What's 0.15 times 20, y'all?
Times 20. That's 3.
Stop that, Danubia. With your whining. No. Alright, so from here, are we going to add or subtract?
Subtract to do the same lines. Then that cancels out and you get.
Nope, we're letting everybody finish. If you're ready for the next set of stuff,
Yes.
like if you're done with this, it's in the top drawer of your tower. Okay, good. I subtracted right here, and I got negative 0.8y equals negative 1. You divide, and you get 12.5. Okay? And then you take this, and you plug it in,
And you get
x plus 12.5 equals 20, and that gives us 7.5.
Oh, well, I did.
When I finish talking, because we're still in the middle of the lesson. Okay, so next what you're going to work on is this packet. You're not going to finish all of it today. We're working on it today and tomorrow. What I want you to work on right now are these two problems. Now, the difference means what? Does difference mean we add or subtract? Yeah. So if we subtract two numbers, we should get what?
34,
Okay. And their sum is what?
338.
And sum means we add. Can you solve that now?
Yes.
All right. So, Z. Yes, he's going to go, then you may go. All right, so you're working on these two to begin with, and we're going to come together and check it. This is not a time to just sit there and goof around. If you finish those two, move on to the next one. All right, for the next one. Now, hopefully, we've at least gotten the first part of this.
First part, she said there was only one spreadsheet.
Let's just do this. All right, so this says that one number, do we know what that number is? Do we know what this number is? X. Okay? One number is 17 more than 3 times another number, Y. Okay? So this says one number is. That means you use equals 17 more than is plus 3y. Does everybody see where that came from? Also, we've done this before, just to let y'all know. You should be able to do this without me and Miss Brister and Miss Gonzalez. Then it says the sum of the two numbers is 41. What does sum mean? So we do x plus y, and what do we set it equal to? Now use substitution. You know what x is. X is 17 plus 3y. Plug it in right here. Yep.